Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I hope you've been enjoying your week. I know I have. So just recently, American Crime Story Season 2, The Assassination of Gianni Versace had just recently ended. And if you're thinking to yourself, how could anything top the first season that happened to involve O.J. Simpson? Well, your correct answer is right. Nothing can top that season because this falls way behind. I mean, way behind on the entertainment meter. So the showrunner for this season, Todd Rob Smith, decides he'll adapt a book from Maureen Orr's Vulgar Favors. Has been highly disputed in some areas, particularly the Gianni Versace family. And apparently, even though they cooperated initially, they've since distanced themselves from this production, saying it's totally inaccurate to its part. Although Maureen Orr and FX have been supportive and basically said, yes, this is actually the truth. So basically going in 9 episodes and going in reverse chronological order, we get the assassination of Versace, and then we go back in time. And one of the biggest misnomers that can be foreseen in this season is the fact that even though his name is on the title, basically Edgar Ramirez, Gianni Versace is barely in this season. I think in one episode he's in this half an episode of one episode, and then he's either not in any of the episodes, or he is at maybe at most 5 to 10 minutes of one episode. And maybe one of the egregious episodes that there is an episode called Crayer or Destroyer, in which, okay, you're going to see a young version of both Andrew Cunanan and Gianni Versace. Yeah, it's all 5 minutes of Versace, and 95% of the episode is dedicated to Andrew Cunanan. Now here's the thing. I cannot fault the performances of this thing. Penelope Cruz, Ricky Martin, Darren Cross, Edgar Ramirez, Michael Nuri shows up, Judith Light. Judith Light will probably win an Emmy for her performance for that one particular episode that she is in. But here's the main problem with the assassination of Gianni Versace is that Darren Cross is so good at playing Andrew Cunanan, you come to realize, oh yeah, this is one of the most despicable human beings that you could come across, and a person that has they recently diagnosed him as sociopathy. Or if you had actually met Cunanan, you would think to yourself, okay, I would not want to spend 8 minutes with him, but clearly people do. And the only people that really call him out, and clearly as each episode progresses, you see him clearly not lying a whole lot less. Although maybe in the Crayer Destroyer episode, we see the beginnings of him lying because his family, you think to yourself, okay, his father, who's not a clearly nice dude, is like, okay, you are special. Even though he himself had been robbing clients of their money, obviously. Season literally rewinds the clock with each episode going backwards. Some stuff here does pay off, but some stuff doesn't really pay off. I think, okay, Cunanan often says, oh, my father gave me the master bedroom. Yeah, that kind of pays off in that episode in which we showed that, yes, his father gave him the master bedroom. Him meeting his first lover, David. Yes, they met in San Francisco, and he started changing rooms to get a better view of the city, which that kind of pays off. But one thing that doesn't really do anything is when he's talking to Jeffrey Trelly, there's a postcard that really doesn't pay off here. But 2 of the better episodes here is a random killing in which, yes, the Miglin family, and Mike Farrell plays Lee Miglin, yes, the guy from MASH. And clearly he's a wealthy, closeted, possibly homosexual, but the Miglin family has long since denied that there was any connection to him and Cunanan, or maybe that's the ultimate irony of this title, a random killing, because it wasn't necessarily random. Things that's interesting about this series is how, okay, we all think, hooray, the world's equal now, gay rights is hooray. Yeah, 20 some odd years ago, yes, gay rights were still, to be gay is like, hey look, it's still not great to be gay back in the 90s, particularly in the military with the Don't Ask, Don't Tell episode with Jeffrey Trail. Interview about being gay in the military, no one knows that he's gay, even though that he tries to help one soldier who clearly is gay, even though he won't acknowledge it, even though people beat him up for it. And apparently he does say something in an interview about, and his face is, blacked out, obviously. Apparently he didn't actually say that one particular thing. He said it in a different context here. The beginning of this series they say, this thing is inspired by true events. Certain scenes, certain aspects are fictionalized, considering that we really don't know a whole much about Cunanan. Now, apparently there's a 200 to 400 page FBI report about Cunanan. Now, maybe you're going to get more out of that than you do with the series. Now, well, of course, when it comes back to the gay stuff, it's like, literally, would Cunanan be remembered more if he just killed a whole bunch of random gay men? Probably not. But of course, he killed Versace, then he is remembered. Or what I have to say about that is the fact that, yes, some crimes are indeed more memorable than others. Yes, we still talk about O.J. Simpson because that, quite frankly, is in the lexicon of murders. Does anybody really remember Andrew Cunanan? This is to show you how incompetent the police force is here. They have a whole bunch of mugshots of Cunanan. Here's the another interesting thing I find funny. You know how in the OJ thing, how like certain stuff is photoshopped to make it look like, oh yeah, that's the thing. This mugshot, clearly I'm looking at Cross, and when I look up the mugshot of Cunanan, I see Cunanan when the person's being interviewed later on about all this. He says, hey, look, at least I'm being obliging to you all folks, because quite frankly, you don't basically care about us. Police are like, they don't understand what Ricky Martin, who plays Versace's lover, they don't understand the term partner. Is that ignorant of them? I don't really know. Maybe it's because they don't understand gay subculture, what it is to be growing up in Miami Beach during that stretch of area. Certain outlets on the internet right now are basically trying to dissect what is actually true and what is not, although it is actually quite interesting to figure out what is actually interesting and what is not. At least in one episode, maybe there's a wraparound as well, to show them having something after an opera show in which they have a date or something, and clearly Versace is not having any of Cunanan's charms. Now in the last scene of this show is that Versace's ashes are placed in this tomb of his family's thing, and then and also the fact that Donatello Versace tells the Ricky Martin character, hey, stay in Lake Como for a while, and then he says, what do I do afterwards? She says, move on, which is sort of like, in reality, that Ricky Martin character is still somewhat estranged from the rest of the Versace family. Where is Cunanan buried? In one of those big, massive plots indoors, basically, forgotten by mostly everyone. And this is why I actually learned. Originally, season 2 was supposed to be Katrina because they want to go with a broader definition of what is a crime. I'll be honest, I really am not looking forward to Katrina because I don't think that would be any good rated series as well. Apparently, season 4 is going to be the Lewinsky scale, and maybe that would be more interesting than this or Katrina. When it comes to Ryan Murphy, I don't watch American Horror Story. I tried watching 911. I didn't care for that either. I stopped watching it after a couple episodes. Now, American Crime Story Season 2, how have you watched it? What did you think? What's your favorite true crime TV show right now? As always, folks, like, comment, subscribe, and enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks. Hopefully with a better TV show.